Hey everyone, it's Anthony Ramos, and I cannot think of a better way to say goodbye to 2020 and hello to 2021 than by having an all new season of RuPaul's Drag Race, which begins January 1st. And today I could not be more excited to be talking to all 13 of the queens. And to get started, I'm going to say hello to Olivia, Gottmik, Tamisha, and Rosé. Hello, ladies. How are we? How are we all doing?
We are great.
So good.
We are delicious.
I love it. Okay, we're gonna start. I'm gonna get started with a little thing to put you on the spot. Okay, I want to know. You have to tell me your strategy to snatch the crown using only one word. Olivia, you are up first.
Growth.
You got growth. Got me.
I'm gonna say focus, bitch.
Focus, bitch. Tamisha, Iman.
Talent.
Talent. Okay, Rosé.
Perseverance.
Okay, I love all of these. Gottmik, I do want to start with you because it's a history-making season. First ever trans man to be a part of RuPaul's Drag Race. What do you hope that this moment in history does for visibility?
I hope that this moment literally just shows the world that drag is for everyone, point blank, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you want to explore the art form of drag, you can do it no matter how you identify. And especially if you have a different story, it's such an amazing art form to tell that story. So I hope I just really show people that even if you're confused, it's really fucking simple. I'm a guy in a wig. Get into it.
Applause for that. Absolute. Olivia Lux, I want to hop over to you, one of our Brooklyn, New York City queens. I heard a rumor, and correct me if I'm wrong, is this the first time you've ever auditioned for Drag Race?
Yes.
So let me just say, that isn't usually how it works. A lot of times these girls, try out time and time again, and then they finally make it. What does it mean for you to kind of get this shot on the first try?
It means so much to me. And I knew that coming into it that people like Rosé, people like Tina Burner, people in New York that are such like drag staples. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting this platform with them. This is so cool. So I definitely see that as a huge opportunity for a younger drag queen, somebody that really is passionate about the art of drag. And it really felt like validation that like all of my hard work, putting in all those hours and creative juices kind of is paying off.
Yes, creative juices. Okay, speaking of creative juices, I'm gonna go over to Rosé, my favorite drink.
Dude, what's up?
Hi. Another New York City queen. You have some major performance singing background. So how does that kind of play into, the kind of way you go about this competition? Because let's be real. We've seen not every queen knows how to sing and dance and perform.
Yeah, well, thank you. And it's one thing to have a large skill set underneath you going into a competition like this, but there are things that happen at RuPaul's Drag Race that even somebody like me, who is an avid viewer of the show and such a fan, has seen every episode a million times, has studied it like crazy. There are like twists and turns and things that you could never imagine you would have to be prepared for. So, I mean, it definitely is to my benefit that I am, well practiced at things like singing and dancing and acting. But there's so much more that is needed to be America's Next Drag Superstar. 4 of them being charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and tons of sexy wigs.
The multi-talented queen. I love it. Okay, Tamisha, one of the Georgia Peaches this season, which I love. But your drag daughter, La Ree, also a part of this. Tell me what that was like to be, in this competition with her.
Lala surprised me because I put Lala in drag a couple of years ago for an audition. And the next day, Lala was like, "Oh, child, I don't want to do this." So her career had started and it was over within 24 hours. But then something clicked like a year later, and Lala, took it seriously and really invested, learned all that she could learn, and applied it. So, not, when you're getting ready for the show, you really can't communicate with anyone else about what's going on. So when I got there and I saw her there, as a parent, I was the most proudest parent ever, because not only did you take it serious, but it took a lot for the organization to recognize you and notice that you took it serious. So the whole time I was there, it wasn't about the competition. It was just the fact that I was so proud that Lala was recognized and was actually in the competition. It's a one thing to get there. It's another thing to be in the competition. So I was just, I don't know. I have a dynasty and I have a lot of kids that have went on to greater things. And to see the cub of the family, doing something that the mother of the family is doing, that was amazing.
Speaking of the mothers and the daughters, do you think, Tamisha, there's any sort of ageism when it comes to the younger queens and maybe some of the ones that have been doing it a little longer?
Well, in this industry, drag has no time on it. The class drag 101 is drag 101. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. Once you get past the 101, you're in the industry. You understand? So it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with your love for the industry and what you want to bring to the world.
Olivia, you mentioned, being one of the younger ones. What do you think about that? Is there any sort of battle between the new girls and the ones that have been doing it longer?
I definitely I think Tamisha said it beautifully. It's kind of like, at the end of the day, it's an art form and you get to express yourself through like singing, acting, dancing. I call it the ultimate form of storytelling.
Right.
Because that's really what it is. So you kind of just like do your own thing, do your own kind of zhuzh and storytelling, and then you audition for the show and maybe you get it type of thing. So I don't think there's any animosity there. Going in, I kind of thought I was a little worried. I was like, this is my first time auditioning and I don't think a lot of people know me, so what are they gonna think? And I just was welcomed with so many open arms, so I'm just really excited to share everything with everyone.
I love that. Okay, everyone's friendly for now. I like that. It's friendly for now. Gottmik, going to you, thinking about the evolution of Drag Race, just, season 13, so many Emmy nominations, clearly at the top, Emmy wins and so many Emmy nominations, but clearly at the top of the game right now. I mean, the entire world tunes into Drag Race. What does it mean to you to be a part of something like this at this moment?
It means the world to me to come in and like represent the trans community on season 13, let alone the trans guy community, which I feel like is so underrepresented, especially for feminine trans guys. I feel like it's any trans guy in the media is very masculine and just very this one gorgeous hot guy that you see. And so I'm really excited to go in there and show that there's so much more to being trans. The gender spectrum is so wide and crazy, and you're allowed to play with it. It is not getting shoved in a box and calling it a day. So I'm really, really extremely blessed that Rue allowed me to be on this season, and I'm on a cast of girls that were so accepting and literally beat my ass and fought me just like any other bitch. So I am so excited for you guys to see this season. It's crazy.
So excited. Rosé, back over to you. Thinking about the twist of the season, lip syncing for your life at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Without spoiling, because I know you're not able to spoil, but give me some background on what it was like to be thrown into that right away.
It was really wild for us to prepare for this specific season because, we were doing it, in the midst of the heart of the pandemic in many cities, New York City being one of them. It was hard to get things. It was hard to acquire things. It was really difficult. So like stress levels were really high. Then we got there and we had to quarantine. So it was a lot of reflection and a lot of different like mental states that we were going through in either secrecy or isolation. So to then finally get to the first day of filming, get to the workroom and realize that we have to do something that nobody could have anticipated because it's never happened, was like so shocking. You know, and I don't want to, you know, give away too much because they will kill me. But I anticipate, I haven't seen it yet, but I anticipate it's going to be one hell of a first episode.
Well, I bet you did just fine in those. I have a feeling. Tamisha, back to you. You know, thinking about, you know, when a queen, you know, is on Drag Race, the level of celebrity goes like this. And so there is a responsibility. And, you know, I thought I would ask you, because being one of our Georgia girls, remind everyone out there, you know, we are in the middle of a Georgia election runoff. It is extremely important for the LGBTQ community. There is a lot at stake. So if you could remind us all why we need to continue to vote and get out there January 5th.
Well, just going through the last 4 years and seeing that everything that, you know, we always stand on others' shoulders, what people have fought to actually obtain for us to be who we are today, being stripped, you know, piece by piece, brick by brick. It is very important that everybody get out and vote to continue the fight for the LGBT community. And not just that, I'm a Black person, you know what I'm saying? So as a Black drag queen, it is very important that, you know, our voices be heard as well. The thing that I loved about Atlanta and the world, after George Floyd's death, we saw the unity that we knew was always there, but it formed right in front of our eyes. So therefore, it showed us that we're much more as one than we are as individuals. So to get, you know, to get the rights and to get back on the right path to making this country acceptable for all of us, we have to vote. Our voice is, you know, is our vote. We have to get out there and continue to fight so everybody will experience equality. So that is why, you know, and I'm an advocate in my city. I'm one of the pillars of the community, and I'm always fighting for fairness and, you know, everybody's right. So it is very important. If you don't vote, you don't count.
That's right. You hear that, Georgia? Watch Drag Race January 1st and go vote on January 5th. Okay, that's right. I want to wrap it up with something a little fun, because I think my two favorite things are definitely Drag Race and then Real Housewives. And I think the fans kind of tend to watch them both. And I know that some of the girls are big Real Housewives fans. So if you could take a second and kind of think what your Real Housewives tagline would be, I would love it. So who wants to go first?
Let's just think.
Rosé, I feel like you've got something in there.
Oh, I've definitely got something in there. And you know what? Thank you, because that is my tagline. I've got something in there.
I love it. Gottmik, do you have one?
Oh, she wants to call me out. I've never seen Real Housewives, but I need to watch. But I watched Drag Race that one season they did it. So I feel like Olivia should take it away.
Yeah.
Work, bitch.
I've never watched Real Housewives either.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, maybe this isn't. I feel like some of the queens are definite Housewives fans.
Well, I got one.
You said this question would be fun.
I know, right? Tamisha, save me here. What is your?
So mine would be, if you don't know, you better.
Mm-hmm.
Just that simple.
I love it.
Well, I don't know, Tamisha. I think we both have really good ones. So, you know,
I've definitely got. I love it. Yeah. Well, queens, it's been a pleasure to see you like this. Very excited and can't wait to hopefully see you all in person. And I can't wait for the new season. So thank you so much for the time.
Thank you
so much,
Anthony.
Thank you.
Love GLAAD.
Bye.
I love it.